Hello everyone, welcome to the channel for everything Arsenal and everything football. Thanks for being here. I hope you're all doing well and welcome to the match preview for Arsenal against Leicester. And the games just keep on coming, And in this video, I'm going to be taking a look at the previous meetings between the two clubs, the first meeting this season, the records between the two teams, the stats that you need to know, and I'm also going to be taking a look at the lineup that we fielded the last time we played Leicester at King Power Stadium, and also at the end I'm going to be taking a look at what my lineup would be for the game between Arsenal and Leicester on Tuesday night. You ready? Let's just get straight into it. Another game, another 3,000 trees required, and I really hope Bellerin gets that opportunity to keep improving the environment. Surprisingly, at home, we always beat Leicester. Since they were promoted, we've always beaten them at home. We always have it tough at the King Power Stadium, but at home, we always get the better of them. Ever since promotion, we've won all 5 games we've played against them at home. In total, including the King Power games, we've won 6, they've won 3, and we've drawn 2 games. In total, we've won 66 games, we've drawn 44, and we've lost 32. Earlier this season, it was another terrible game against them. We've actually lost 3 straight games we've played at the King Power Stadium. Earlier in the season, they beat us 2-0. Jamie Vardy scored in the 68th minute and Maddison scored in the 75th minute. We were losing games terribly at that time. We were losing game after game after game. Our worst start to a season, and Emirates decided to change the formation to a 3-5-2 for this game. He went with Leno in goal, Bellerin, Holding, Luiz, Chambers, and Kolasinac. He also had a midfield of Torreira and Guendouzi, which never works, to be honest. And also Ozil, Lacazette, and Aubameyang. He only made 2 subs that day. Willock came in, Pepe came in for Holding, and Torreira. We switched back to a back 4, but again, it still didn't work. They had 18 shots, we only had 8. They had 7 on target, and we only had 1. They dominated possession-wise, corner count, they dominated everything. Ndidi struck the bar in the first half, I think. Vardy opened the scoring after good work from Barnes and Tielemans, and Maddison scored with a low strike through Hector's legs. Ivan Gazidis hailed the arrival of Emre as a coach who plays an exciting, progressive style of football that fits Arsenal perfectly. And after that match, that looked like a joke because Leicester were the only team that were exciting on that day, and we were playing some terrible football. Earlier this season, we were playing terrible football. It actually reached a time we didn't even want to watch the games. We wanted Emirates to go totally because it was looking bad. Some stats from that game. Leicester won. After that game, Leicester had won 3 consecutive top-flight home games against Arsenal for the first time in history. Arsenal's record of 17 points and a goal difference of -1 is their worst start to a top-flight season after 12 games, or was our worst start to a season after 12 games since 1982-1983 when we only had 15 points. Also in the 2014-2015 season, we had 17 points, but a better goal difference of +5. Vardy scored 9 goals against Arsenal. Only Rooney, who has 12, Fowler 10, and Harry Kane 10 have scored more goals than him. And you can bet that if he stays in England for another couple of years, he could get to 12 or 13 because he always seems to score against us every single game. That was Emre's last away game. After that, I think we played Frankfurt at home, and I don't think we played another game. Then he was sacked, of course. That was a terrible game. I remember that game very well. We never even attacked, and it was a cold day. I think it was raining. It was a very terrible day for us. Let's go back to 2018-2019 season. We played them. They beat us again at the King Power Stadium. The last 3 times we visited there, they've beaten us badly. They beat us 3-0 in that game. Tielemans scored in the 59th minute again in the second half. Vardy 86th and Vardy again in the 95th minute. Maitland-Niles had gotten an early red card in that game, and we totally collapsed after that. That made it 3 successive Premier League defeats for Arsenal. We had just lost to Crystal Palace when Emery changed the team, and also lost 3 goals to 1 against Wolves. And after that, we drew with Brighton and beat Burnley on the final day, but it wasn't enough. Arsenal lost 3 consecutive league games, conceding at least 3 goals in each of them for the first time since 1966. Crystal Palace had beaten us 3-2, Wolves had beaten us 3-1, and Leicester beat us 3-0. That was the first time we had lost 3 consecutive games, conceding at least 3 goals in every game since 1966. England were winning the World Cup back then. That is a lot of years ago. Again, for the home game last season, the last time they came to the Emirates Stadium, it was a good day. That was a good day for us. Bellerin scored an own goal in the 31st minute, the only negative from that day. Ozil was fantastic in that game, magnificent. He scored in the 45th minute and also had a hand in both goals in the second half. Aubameyang, the substitute, scored in the 63rd minute and the 66th minute. If there was VAR in last season, Holding would have given away a penalty. It was a clear penalty. Scoring goals in the second half was our thing last season. At the beginning of last season, we were scoring a lot of goals in the second half. After this game, it was 16 out of our 22 goals scored in the second half. Ozil scored and became the highest scoring German player in Premier League history, 30 goals, ahead of Jürgen Klinsmann and I think it's Howe Rosler or something. UWE, I don't know how to mention that name in German. Rosler, both of them had 29, Klinsmann and Rosler. Bellerin scored his first own goal in Premier League, but assisted twice. That was the 4th time he got a brace of assists in a Premier League game. Unfortunately, he has dropped off a lot since then. Back to the 2017-2018 season, that was Wenger's last season and Lacazette's first season. You all remember Lacazette scoring his first goal within a few seconds. We beat them 4-3, Giroud scoring the winner for us on that day. The away game that season, Mavropanos got a red card. It was in a May game again. Leicester beat us 3-1. And back in 2016-2017, we beat them 1-0 at home. Own goal by Robert Huth, I think. Yeah, Robert Huth. At the Emirates Stadium, we've scored a total of 12 goals against them. They've scored 6 goals against us. They've always been good games against Leicester. There's also that time we beat them 2-1 when we thought we would win the Premier League. Unfortunately, we didn't go ahead to win the Premier League. I hope that doesn't happen right now. I hope we don't win this game and think we're going to get top 5 or top 4 and then everything blows up at the end of the season. Our biggest ever home victory against Leicester was an 8-0 victory back in 1934. So those are the stats from that game, the recent meetings. That's all you need to know about the recent meetings. Let me take a look at the recent form of both teams. The last away victory for Leicester came on New Year's Day against Newcastle, beating them 3-0. They haven't won another away game since. They've lost 2-1 to Burnley, drawn 0-0 with Wolves, lost to Norwich City. I think that was Norwich's last victory. They beat them 1-0, drawn with Watford after lockdown 1-1, and also lost recently to Everton 2-1. For us, since the lockdown, we've won, for us here, we've won 4 games and lost 2. For Leicester's last 5 games since lockdown, they've won 1, drawn 2, and lost 2 to Everton, and they also lost to Chelsea in the FA Cup. Recently, Vardy got his 100th Premier League goal and his 101st. Congratulations to him. For us, we've won 4 consecutive home games. Before lockdown, we had beaten Newcastle, Everton, and West Ham, and now we've just beaten Norwich 4-0. For the table, Leicester have 58 points and a goal difference of 32. Chelsea have 57 points and a goal difference of 16, and Man U have 55 and a goal difference of 23. So for Leicester, this is a must-win game for them if they want to get that top 4. They've been there since September, so it will be terrible if they lose that spot. For us, we are currently 7th, 49 points and a goal difference of 8. Sheffield with 48 points and a goal difference of 1. And Burnley have 46 points and a goal difference of -9. So it's like we are 4 points ahead of them, but we are 3 points ahead of them, but the goal difference is in our favor. Tottenham have 45 points, but they have a game in hand. So if they beat Everton, they're going to go to 48 points and be 1 point behind them. Of course, we played them on the weekend. And that is all you need to know about this fixture. For the last time we played against them, just to add, they had the likes of Vardy, Barnes, Maddison, Tielemans, Perez, Ndidi, Chilwell, Soyuncu, Evans, Perez, and Schmeichel. And it was a tough game for us. But anyway, that's all you need to know about this fixture. It will be interesting to see what kind of lineup Arteta puts. I don't know if Ozil is going to be back. I don't know if Guendouzi is going to be back. But Rodgers, just one more thing before I get into the lineup. Brendan Rodgers just talked about Arteta, and he said, I think Mikel has done very, very well since he's gone in. He's gone into a club with huge expectations, which he knows from being a player there. He's gone in his first job into a huge task, and I think how he's dealt with it so far has been outstanding. I have to agree with him. Tough job. We expect a lot. The fans expect a lot. And yeah, Maddison, Pereira, and Chilwell are doubtful for the game. That's a good thing for us because Maddison has totally dominated us since we started playing them, since he joined Leicester. And also Pereira, I think he scored against us last season or something. So yeah, that is all you need to know about the fixture. Let me just get into what my lineup would be for the fixture. For the lineup, of course, since we turned to a back three, we've won all our games, and I'll stick with that formation. As much as I want us to fit Lacazette, Pepe, Saka and Ceballos up front, but this formation has worked for us, so there's no need to change. In goal, I'd stick with Martinez. Has done very, very well since he came in for Leno. No mistakes, keeps clean sheet after clean sheet, looks comfortable in handling the ball in the air and saving, so he sticks in goal. For the back three, I'd have Mustafi, Luiz, and I'll bring in Holding. I want to have Kolasinac there because he hasn't done a lot wrong, but Kolasinac, can he really play 4 games in a row without getting injury? I don't really trust him, so I'll put Holding there for this game. And then for the left back, I'll bring on Tierney. He'll stick there again. He's done very well, and he was subbed off early on the other day, so I'll stick with Tierney. At right wing back, I'd go with Cedric. He started 1 game for us, so I'll stick him there again. In the middle, I'd go with Shaq and Ceballos. As I've said, they've done very well, both of them, so there's no need to change this. And then for the front three, it's really difficult. I don't know Pepe's situation. He just recently had a baby. I don't know if he's going to be well to start this game, but if he is, he's rested 2 games now. We need him for this game, so Pepe will go straight in, and then Aubameyang and Saka for me. I want Lacazette to start because just to reward him for the goal he scored the other day. But in the second half, since 5 changes are allowed, you need to have a strong bench, some players to bring on. So I'd have Lacazette on the bench, Torreira, Matt Messi, Bellerin, Kolasinac, Socrates, Willock, Nketiah, and Niles. Nelson will miss out from that lineup. Guendouzi will miss out again, and Ozil will miss out again. Ceballos was also rested against Sheffield United, so he's still fresh. Pepe has been rested. Aubameyang has been rested against Sheffield, so all these players are fresh, maybe apart from Kolasinac and Tierney. Maybe Tierney could be dropped for this one and wait for the derby, but yeah, just to run through it again: Martinez, Cedric, Mustafi, Luiz, Holding, Tierney, Xhaka, Ceballos, Saka, Pepe, and Aubameyang. So that is my lineup, and my prediction would be I'd go for Arsenal 3 and Leicester 1. I think we are scoring goals these days, so I'll go for a 3-1, but I think that we are going to concede. Vardy, Barnes, Maddison, they're all very good, so I don't know if Maddison is going to play, but Vardy, if he gets 1 chance, is going to score. So that is my prediction for the game. Let me know what your prediction is for the game. Let me know what your starting lineup would be. What changes would make to that starting lineup? Would you change the formation? Would you bring back Ozil or Guendouzi? Let me know all that in the comment section. I really hope we win this game. That would be big confidence booster. We're only 3 points behind Wolves, so we really need this victory. Thanks for watching again. Keep staying safe. The quiz coming up tomorrow. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you later.